What's going on out there, YouTube? It's your boy Supreme Films, and we back with another episode of the Real Rap Show. I'll be back with the live sit down for my viewers real soon. I had a little issue with YouTube about those last three episodes, so I had to take those down. They'll be back up soon, and I also got a bunch of new episodes coming for y'all also. So first and foremost, I hope everybody was safe and your families were safe throughout this whole pandemic, thing that went on. Things are just starting to come back to normal. So I hope that you and your families were safe throughout this whole thing. It's been a rough, crazy little 4 months, you know what I'm saying, for everybody around the world. So shout out to everybody around the world dealing with this whole thing right now. So during my little break from work, I really been studying this Nipsey Hussle case and looking in, to what really happened with that because you don't really hear about it anymore too much on social media or on the internet. The information regarding the trial is like being suppressed. You don't really hear too much about it. But when you other celebrities stuff happen to them, it's all in the media. So it's just kind of crazy how Nipsey's case is like not in being spoke. It's like what I'm saying. Part me that it's not being spoken about on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like you could feel like something funny is going on. But anyway, we're gonna break down to what happened to Nipsey Hussle that day and exactly why Eric Holder shot Nipsey Hussle. Because I've been following the transcripts and the getaway driver, the young lady who was driving the car that day, gave her testimony on what happened that day and days before leading up to the day that Nipsey was shot. So I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on Eric Holder's relationship with this young lady, as she stated in her testimony at the trial. So she basically said she was a working chick and who doesn't really look like a chick who be working. I mean, if you look at this girl, I don't believe it. But according to her testimony, she was working, had a little job, a little car, and she knew Eric from the hood, and they lived in close proximity to each other. So they was like little smoking partners. She would come through in her car, scoop him up. They would ride around, get stuff to eat, and just chill and smoke. A little hood type relationship. Not no commitment because she stated they wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? In hood terminology, she was like his little slide. You know what I mean? Basically. And she stated in the transcripts that they had had sex before, like he was smashing it. So that's what type of relationship it was. I just want to give the people that's from the hood, that know about these type of relationships. It was weed, chill, sex. I'ma holla at you. That's what it was. But being that they lived in close proximity to each other, they saw each other a lot more. And if you look at Shorty, she don't look like no type of chick that somebody go try to bag in the street or let me hey yo, excuse me. You know what I mean? So she was happy to even have him, showing her some type of, because you could tell, you feel me? So, that's what type of relationship it was. So she also stated that she's seen Eric with guns. You can look at this girl and tell she's seen a lot of dudes with guns. She looked like she didn't bust a few hammers, in her past or recently. You know what I mean? And she had seen Eric with guns. She seen guns at his uncle's house. Eric also smashed it in his uncle's house. She stated that Eric wanted to meet her mother. So she took Eric to meet her moms. And just off that, by him telling her, yo, I want to meet your moms, you don't ask no regular slide shorty, yo, I wanna come in your crib and meet your moms. The only time you tell a shorty something like that is when you really feeling her or you feel that you trying to build a little relationship with her and you want the moms to see your face early. You know what I mean? So that's what she said. She said she took him in the crib. He met her moms. You know what I mean? Introduced herself, blah, 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 boom. So now the mother know, okay, he's smashing my daughter. Just by the look of, I don't mean to keep saying by the look of the girl, but I gotta keep saying that. Just by the look at her, you can imagine how the moms look. So the mom's just like, oh, okay, this should, okay. This nigga look like crap. You bring him in the crib to meet Mom Duke, and she accept that? Like, look at what, like, what is he doing with himself? You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm just giving y'all the breakdown of what type of relationship him and her had. You know what I mean? So y'all can understand what this was about. So let's speed it up a little bit. But before we speed it up, I want to break something down to the fellas and to the females who are from the hood and seen relationships that are in the hood where females had so much control over the dude, where this dude went out here and got 25 to life behind something that somebody said about her. Or, you know what I mean, another dude might have said something to her, tried to holler at her, and dudes be so insecure, dude will go out there and catch a body type shit. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So that's what I kind of want to break down. Females, in some situations, have a lot of power in the relationship, whether it's a commitment or it's not. You feel me? There are situations right now, there are brothers right now that are doing 50 years behind killing somebody over their girl. There are dudes out here rolling around in wheelchairs behind doing something or saying something to somebody for saying something to their shorty or to their wife or to their girl. Just to prove to their girl or their wife how tough they really is, they went outside and caught that. Shorty still walking around talking to mad other different dudes. She ain't even with you no more. You paralyzed, and she then moved away. She married, got a whole nother life, and you didn't went out. You feel me? This is what I'm trying to break down about how some dudes react to the smallest things just to impress a female. That's what I wanted to give y'all before I give y'all the rest of the story on why Eric Holder shot Nipsey that day. We're going to speed it up now. This is the day he shoots Nipsey. She comes and get Eric to ride around, do their little regular 1-2, get some food, ride around, smoke. You know, it's nice outside, you know. So she goes and get him. He got a hammer on him in the car. She seen him with the hammer on him. Now, I'm going to put a picture of her back up there. I just want to show y'all what type of girl is in the car so y'all can visualize how she looked once again in the car with this dude. We already seen how he looked. Now, them two together in the car, they riding around. They want to go get something to eat. So they drive past the little mall area where the Sloss with the Crenshaw with pardon me, where the Marathon store's at. So this is what she says in the transcripts. She says, "Oh shit, there go Nipsey. Oh my God, he's so sexy. He mad fine." Now, this is what she says when she see Nipsey in the parking lot. Now Eric is smashing it. Remember, he's smashing it. He done been to the crib, met the mother. You feel me? They done chilled and smoked on occasions before. He's a regular in the pussy. You feel me? At this point. Oh, there go Nipsey. He mad fine. He's sexy. I want to get a picture with him. Let's go over there. Now, it's a little place called Master Burger. That's where Eric Holder had got the food from, you know, before he killed Nipsey. So, because they was driving around to get some food. So they said, oh, let's go. They go a Master Burger. Let's go over there with Nipsey and I want to get a picture with him. Now, Eric Holder had prior history of who Nipsey Hussle was, but he didn't say nothing to her in the car. And the reason why he didn't say, "Oh, that's my man, I know him," is because she didn't already said, "Oh, he's sexy, he fine." You know how dudes is now. Now, any dude ain't gonna go, "Yo, that's my man," after you said that. So after she said that, in his mind, he probably like, "Oh, word, she think this dude's sexy? Oh, wow." Like, he probably jealous now. Just off of she want to go get a picture with him. He's sexy. He fine. Eric Holder already knows that he look like shit. Let's be clear. He know he ugly. Now you're shorty in the car saying another dude is sexy. So they pull into the little parking lot where the Marathon store is at. So Eric gets out the car, leave her inside the car. He goes to the Master Burger and orders, I think, some chili cheese fries or some shit like that. She said that he had in the car. So he went and got the chili cheese fries. He come back to the car, sitting down eating the food. So then she says, I want to get a picture with him. So Eric Holder puts his food, he gets out the car eating some of the food. So he goes over there to Nipsey. And he's talking to Nipsey about his mixtape, or did Nipsey hear his mixtape? Now, like I said, he had already knew who Nipsey was. So he leaves her in the car, go over there, talk to Nipsey. He's talking to Nipsey about his mixtape. So now, at this point, the young man who had just came out of jail, who came to the store to get some sweaters or a t-shirt from Nipsey, was standing right there too. They just had walked up too. While Nipsey and Eric Holder is talking about, did they hear his mixtape or something like that? Now the girl is making her way out the car to come over there to ask Nipsey for the picture. So as she walks up into the conversation, she overhears Nipsey telling Eric Holder that he heard in the street that he had told on somebody, that he was a rat. So now while the girl's standing there, Eric is trying to debate the fact like, "Nah, man, I ain't been around like that. I ain't told on nobody," or "that ain't the truth," or something like that. So Nipsey was like, "Man, you got to get that situation straight, man." You know what I mean? So while Eric is still talking to him, debating the fact that, what he heard wasn't the truth, he dubs Eric like mid-conversation, and he's like, "Yeah, let's get the picture, shorty." So now Eric is standing there looking like an idiot. His shorty is standing there getting a picture with him. She get the picture with Eric. They go back in the car. Now they leave out the parking lot. Now this is where it got critical at, because this is what hasn't been mentioned in the case, and this is what the girl isn't gonna say, because it's going to easily implicate her as the reason why Eric went back and shot Nipsey. When Eric and her got back in the car, you can look at shorty and tell she's from the hood. She looked like a chick that will say some shit out of her mouth. I believe shorty was interrogating him in the car, like, "Yo, why he called you a rat? Like, what that's about? Like, you letting niggas out here call you a rat? Like, I know he a rapper and all that, but what he mean you a rat, though? Where he get that from? Like, you got niggas in the hood calling you a rat?" It was something to that extent. It was some type of debate in the car between him and her, to where Eric Holder's feelings got so hurt by whatever shorty said to him that he said, "You know what? Stop this car right here." And he went back over there, because she also stated that she had seen Eric with guns. She said that day when he got in the car with her earlier that day, she knew he had the hammer on him. Son was Crip. He always had a hammer on him. You know how LA gangs is. Them dudes always got guns on them. It's a part of their clothing. It's a part of their outfit. It's like you cannot step outside the crib and go, even if it's to the store, you do not leave home without it. It's like the American Express card. You can't leave home without it. That's how it is in LA. So she knew he carried guns all the time. That's a part of LA's history. She stated that day earlier she seen him with a gun on him. I think she said it was 2 guns in the car. He had 2 different ones, if I'm not mistaken. And the transcripts are online free for you to read. So if I'm not mistaken, she said Eric had 2 guns on him in the car. Not sure why, but read the transcripts. I'm only telling you because she said a whole lot more prior to the killing of Nipsey that day. How she had been around him numerous times in the uncle house. She's seen shotguns, all kind of stuff. So anybody from the hood know that if you from the hood and you about that life, you carrying guns and all that, you and your shorty chilling, y'all smoking, you fucking whatever the case may be, y'all go somewhere. Even if the person ain't a rapper, and you start talking to somebody that you know in the hood, and your girl walk up into the conversation, you know how females just be standing there, they just be standing there looking, and this person tell you, yo, my nigga, I heard you out here ratting on niggas. I heard this paperwork on you. You gonna feel stupid standing there in front of your girl. It's either you gonna swing on son right there and fight with the dude, or you gonna do what Eric Holder did. Is that you gonna be so embarrassed that your girl even heard that shit. Now you gotta go back in the car with her. Now you feel even more dumb. Now you back in the car. He called you a rat right in front of me. You ain't even swing on the nigga and try to like fight, or you know what I mean? So I believe that's what it was. And in court, she is not gonna say what was really said in that car. Eric ain't gonna say it. Eric ain't gonna say it because it ain't gonna be no need for him to say it because he's already in the frying pan. He's already done. He's on camera. So it ain't even about what the girls say. Nothing that she say is gonna get him exonerated. He's on camera doing it. They just asking her story. But Shorty and him had some kind of debate in that car where he felt like, I feel like a fucking idiot right now that I even let him call me that and I just walked away like that. And that's what she probably told him, like, yo, you just gonna let him call you that, and you can look at Shorty and tell that she said some shit like that. I could see if she was a nice, girl that didn't have no street type of look to herself, that you could say, okay, nah, she was probably so afraid that she ain't even ask him nothing like that. Shorty said something to him. Shorty said something to him that made him be like, you know what? You dead ass right. You know what I mean? And she probably knew he was gonna go back and shoot Nipsey. She knew he was. She already said she already knew he had a gun on him. I think 2 guns. She knew he was going back to shoot him. He already had the food in the car. It wasn't no need to go back. She said when he stopped the car and said he wanted to go back over there and he forgot something, she said he thought he wanted to go back and get something to drink or something, or some type of wild excuse she said. But the shit don't make no sense. He got back in that after you took that picture with him. Y'all got back in that car and on some hood shit, because I'm from the hood, on some hood shit, that girl was like, yo, so you ratting on dudes? Like, so why is Nip talking about you ratting on dudes? Like, I ain't gonna be riding around with no rat in my car. That's probably what she said to him, something to that extent. To made son feel like a piece of doo-doo in that car, to where he had to go back and do something. Shorty looked like she would have got back in the neighborhood and said, yo, that nigga Nick called Shitty a rat right in front of me. And then once word would have spread around that happened, that dude's credibility would have been shot. It probably would have got him killed. Once word would have spread. And you know how girls talk. That's why I say the power that some of these females got just by on some verbal shit. You know how girls talking once they sit down with their friends and they light up a blunt, and then they friends tell they friends, and now they friends know, and they baby fathers know, and the little brothers know. Now the whole hood know that Nipsey Hussle caught Shitty a fucking rat right in front of me, in front of the Marathon store, and everybody heard it. And Shitty ain't even do nothing, walked away like a pussy. So that would have made Nip look more bigger in the hood. Because Eric Holder probably wouldn't have got another chance to do nothing like that to him. You feel me? So it goes back to what I said about how females have gotten so many other dudes murdered, man. Have gotten dudes beat up, shot up, stabbed up, sliced up, jumped behind them saying some shit that light the match, that just set the fire in you to make you run out there and do some old wild shit. Now you locked up for the rest of your life, and she got 2 kids by another dude in Florida, living a happy life. You know, some of the girls are still, to this day, walking around out here with they stinking ass like nothing never happened. And they done got dudes murdered behind blabbing their fucking mouth. Or then got somebody 25 years to life behind you shaking your stink ass out here starting some gossip shit. That's what got Nipsey killed that day. It wasn't no conspiracy. It had nothing to do with nothing else but what I just said. Like this video, comment on this video, reshare this shit, because the truth has just been told about the Nipsey case. And that's on God. If that girl wouldn't have not been standing there, Eric Holder would have not came back and shot Nipsey, because he would not have got back in the car and told the girl, yo, that nigga just caught me a rat. He wouldn't have told that girl that. They would have drove off and you would have never heard no more about the shit. It was the simple fact of the girl he's fucking, that he riding around smoking weed with, that he want to impress by showing her he got the hammer on him. He wanted to show her that I'm not going to be letting nobody call me no rat. If that girl wasn't there, he would have never did that shit. It was just the fact of she overheard that shit. And he didn't want her to go back to the hood blabbing her fucking ghetto ass fucking mouth. Just like all these other little hood rat chicks do and have gotten dudes murdered behind some shit the girl said, or what you think your girl gonna think. Fuck that shit, man. That girl is for the streets. You can look at her and tell. She probably done been through it already. Everybody in the hood probably done had shorty. That's just my take on that. I really wanted to break that down for y'all because I've really been studying this. And after I read the transcripts on what she said, she ain't have to say nothing else to me. That was it. I'm from New York City. I'm from the hood. I done seen dudes that I knew do some Superman shit behind what they girl said. I done had friends come at me behind some shit they girl told them that I was looking at them, or, you know what I mean? Some simple shit. Niggas done lost friends and family members behind they girl. You know, so sometimes, you know, fellas, you know, watch the chicks that you be around, yo. You know, be careful who you bring these girls around, because it may backfire on you. And that's just from the heart. You know, I had to give y'all that. You know, because this case is like going, it's like a mystery. They don't talk about it on the news. You don't hear about it on the radio. You don't hear about it on the internet. You don't see it on social media. It's like the only people that really trying to keep up with what's going on is us YouTubers. You know, shout out to Crown TV. You know, and all the other YouTubers who trying to keep the message out there of what's going on with this case. Because it's crazy that they not talking about it like that. Let this would have been Katy Perry or Lady Gaga or somebody else that got murdered. They would have been electrocuted the dude already and the case would have been closed. Simple as that. And it would have been headline news all in the newspaper, on every publication, magazines, all over the world, all the way up until they fried the dude. So it's crazy how it's a rapper and it's a black person that killed the rapper, how they trying to like not talk about this shit. You don't even hear you don't even really hear radio stations playing Nip music like that. You know? So rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. And shout out to his wife, Lauren, and his family, his brother, and everybody at the Marathon store, and Cowboy and the whole crew. Cowboy ain't have nothing to do with that shit. Neither did the dude who came out of jail, who came to get the T-shirt. Neither did the guy who owned the Slauson Mall area. Not him, not the cops, not nobody. It was a simple fact of son got embarrassed that his shorty had heard that shit. And he had to prove to her how tough he is. That's what it was. It wasn't no hate from Eric or nothing like that. Because if Eric had any kind of hate to Nipsey where he wanted to kill him on GP, he would have shot him as soon as he walked up to him. He wouldn't have got no food and wouldn't sat back in the car and all that. You feel me? So that's what took place with that case. Y'all study this. Put the word out there. Share this video, like this video. Because the truth has been told. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing all these conspiracy theorists, these people coming on YouTube fucking lying. And don't even know nothing. Once you read the transcripts from what that girl said with her slimy looking ass, once you look at what she said on trial about how their relationship was before that and leading up to the day they pulled into the parking lot. She said, he's fine. He's sexy. I want to get a picture with him. She was hyped that she had seen Nip in real life. She had listened to his music. She knew who he was. He was a celebrity. You know how females are when they get around some of these rap dudes. You could be there, be with their man, and do some old freak shit. You know what I mean? So be mindful, fellas, of the girls that you got around you. Because by letting these females hear certain things and letting them see certain things, that shit will put you behind bars or in a casket. And they will be walking off into the sunset with a whole family out here. If not that, still running around out here sucking and fucking niggas in the hood, getting other dudes in all kind of situations. Nas made a song called Pussy Kills, and that is the truth. This is your man Sapreme Films. Thanks for tuning in to the Real Rap Show. Like I said, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to his family, his brother, everybody at the Marathon store. Once again, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I got a new episode coming soon where I'm going to be sitting down live. If you've seen the last 3 episodes that I put out, but I had to take them down due to the issues with YouTube. You know what I mean? So once again, like, subscribe to the channel. This is your boy Sapreme Films, legendary nightclub videographer. I'm coming out of New York City. Thanks for watching.